I'm gonna turn it off. Recording, please shoot. Okay, here we go. Having to do things a little differently this time because for some weird reason I can't seem to get YouTube to live stream. I don't know if it's on my end or if it's YouTube's end, but it's really, really irritating. Anyway, how are you guys? Wanted to let you guys know that I have a little bit of an explosion on my end right now. One of my sons is unfortunately quarantined again. So my presence in the online class and every class is going to be a little sporadic this week because my wife and I have to balance who is staying home. So in any case, this might be a little bit of a light week. I'm going to move the eco narrative to February 22nd as the due date. This is for everybody. I have some online classes. I have face-to-face classes. Just streamlining everything into one so that it's all just going to be easier for us to wrap our heads around. Every single class also needs to respond to the following prompt. Basically, what I want you guys to do is write a quick response to each other. Now, I'm going to open a new discussion forum. You know what? For the online classes, you could just use the eco-narrative forums that you've been using. But I want you to post 2 full paragraphs. And remember, paragraphs for me are about 10 sentences. I want you to post about 2 full paragraphs of your papers. Now, that in and of itself might be a little bit of a challenge, but it's a good challenge, right? The more that you put out there, the easier it should be to fill up the pages necessary. Now, I then want you guys to go into the discussion forums. I want you to write a response to someone in your class. Now, for this response, we can basically just kind of look for a couple of things. 1, expansion. Where do you go next, right? Give them some advice on where they could go next. 2, sensory details. Give them suggestions for more sense data they could put into it. What could they describe to appeal to smell, to touch, to taste? So give them some direction on that. And also passive verb stuff. Look for examples of passive verbs in each other's drafts and give each other examples and ways that you could fix them. The main goal here is to give you guys a little bit more of an editing veneer, right? You guys oftentimes when you submit stuff, I could tell that you've written it and submitted it. You need to hold back a little bit and go back and read your stuff out loud one more time. Reading it out loud can be extremely helpful. A lot of what you're writing can be choppy, and sometimes you have missing words and you have things that sentences that just don't even make sense when you read them out loud. A lot of times that happens because you're you know what it is you want to say, right? You know what you intended to put on the page, but because you know what was supposed to be there, you read right over what's actually there. So making sure you go back and read things out loud can kind of help. The reason I'm asking you to do this for each other as well is because it gives you a little bit of exercise in being more critical and responsive to a text. You don't necessarily have to respond to each other's writing with, I liked it or I didn't like it. That's not the point with this. It's to legitimately respond with something. And I've given you 3 things to respond with here. Giving suggestions for length. I'm blanking out on my own assignment. That's pretty sad. You guys have to understand my brain is Swiss cheese right now. Suggestions for length, suggestions for sense data, and looking for passive verbs. So try your best to try to get to 10 sentences on someone in your group. You guys will get points for posting your drafts, and you'll also get points for your response. These papers are due on the 22nd, next Monday. If you have any questions, by all means, try to send me an email. I don't know how responsive I'm going to be. I'm going to do my best to try to be as attentive to you as I possibly can. In any case, I'm going to try to keep this video short. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to upload it. We'll try. We'll see if it works. I need coffee, and it's like 6 o'clock at night.